realm of stretch therapy. Her mission centers on empowering individuals to realize their fullest potential by harmonizing physical and mental well-being. Over the course of her career, Sarah has achieved remarkable success, collaborating with an impressive roster of influential figures, including celebrities, professional athletes, and luminaires such as Drake, Will Smith, Russell Wilson, Kelly Slater, Minka Kelly, and many, many others. Her ability to consistently deliver exceptional results to these high-profile clients has fulfilled a lifelong dream for her. Her journey culminated in the creation of the Performance Stretch System, a groundbreaking floor-based assisted stretch therapy method. This innovative system reflects years of unwavering dedication, meticulous experimentation, and continuous refinement. Beyond her professional accomplishments, Sarah possesses a vibrant, multifaceted personality characterized by humor, creativity, and a delightful quirkiness. We're going to really enjoy her. Engaging with her promises to unveil hidden talents, adding an extra layer of enjoyment to your experience. Sarah Mariano, stretch therapist, is on a mission to educate, inspire, and transform lives by harnessing the remarkable synergy between the body and mind. Please help me welcome her to the stage. Let's give her a big round of applause, everyone. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you, darling. You're amazing.
Hi, everybody. Wow, there are some beautiful people in the audience. Are we all well fed? No. Okay, I'm sorry. Please don't take it out on me. I also have not eaten. How many of you were inspired by Lee's talk? I resonated hard with that. How about Dr. Shefali? Oh my God. Try being the person who has to talk after her. So today I've come before you as Sarah Mariano. I'm also known as the celebrity stretch therapist. But I wanted to talk to you guys about how I got to where I am, share my story, but also maybe give you guys a nugget about how maybe you could also connect with your higher self and reach your divine destiny. Now, I'm not saying I reached my divine destiny yet, but I feel like I'm living in alignment with my authentic self. I'm getting there. You know, Dr. Shefali talked about getting a therapist to help you reach that level. And I feel like I'm getting there, you know? My sentiment I'd like you to consider is dreaming bigger than you already are, okay? Lee earlier talked about a lot of us living a life where we're just kind of coasting now. We had big dreams at one point, and now we're thinking, I think this is good enough. Who has felt that? I certainly have, right? So I wanted to talk about being a young woman of color in the sports and entertainment industry and how I dreamed medium and eventually I had guides and mentors. I surrounded myself with winners who taught me how to think radically and how to think bigger and achieve some of my wildest dreams. Okay. All right, so who here watches or streams a ridiculous amount of shows and movies? Hey, don't be shy, ain't no shame. I do it all the time. I know some of you guys are watching Gilmore Girls for the 5th time. I know I am. Now, I love movies so much. Can someone just yell out one of their favorite movies? What? Did somebody say Interview with the Vampire? That's a great film. Dirty Dancing? Great one. I love the catch in the air. Okay, so I want to talk to you about the hero's journey. For a long time, I lived my life not acting as the hero. Sometimes I felt like I was acting like the goofy best friend or the really quiet, nerdy best friend. So I'm here today to tell you, you are the hero in your own story, in your own life's journey, okay? So what is the hero's journey? So there's a hero, a protagonist, which is you, who embarks on an adventure, meets a guide, a mentor, who calls them to action. And along the way, they learn some lessons, they face adversity, and then they come home transformed. Has anyone had moments of that in their lives? No, just the one person in a room full of 700 people. That's okay. You're going to go through your own hero's journey. Okay? So we have Frodo. Is anyone familiar with The Lord of the Rings? That is my favorite movie of all time. And he encapsulates a hero's journey. He has to save mankind, right? We're just trying to survive our everyday lives. And he meets a mentor, wise Gandalf. That is an iconic cinematic moment. You shall not pass. Okay, so why am I talking about movies? Well, talking about letting the right people into your lives and letting them guide you and letting go. And for me, that was one Willard Smith. Okay? Now, before I talk to you about how Will Smith became a guide for me, I want to give you a little context. Okay, that's me as a young athlete with my parents. I'm a young Filipina Canadian, and I never really saw any real representation of me working in sports and entertainment. Okay? Like many Asian cultures, I was taught to stay small, keep my head down, work diligently, that Asian work ethic, but don't draw any attention to yourself. I emulated my mom. My mom is amazing. She is a math whiz. She is generous, kind of spirit, and she is very, very smart. However, she was taught to keep her head down, and she minimized herself to let others shine. She dimmed her light to let others shine. And so I started to follow in that steps. I decided, okay, I'm not going to turn heads. I'm only going to do the bare minimum that gets me a little bit of recognition because I need that validation, but I'm not going to upset anyone. There's my mom when she retired. Okay, so long story short, as a stretch therapist, I decided, let me utilize Instagram. This was like 2013, 2014. Let me utilize Instagram to sort of gain traction, get some followers, and eventually attract some of my heroes. Now, I grew up as an athlete, and so I wanted to work with these high-level performing athletes. This is UFC fighter Jeremy Stevens. And through my Instagram, he reached out. Okay. So, after working really hard and hustling, doing, I eventually got more and more clients who talked about me and eventually got to the ears of one Will Smith. He's a good-looking guy, right? Okay. So let me tell you about Will Smith. Now, I know he slapped Chris Rock, but this is before that time. He was a hero to me, a childhood hero. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He saved the earth from aliens and created an iconic dance we all still do today, right? Okay. So when I got to meet him and stretch him, guys, I was in the room with him, just the two of us, for 2 hours stretching Will Smith. Okay? Scary. And I thought, wow, this is it. I've peaked. There's no going beyond this point. But I managed to keep my cool, and I put on my professional hat, and I provided an incredible session for him. Okay? So much so that after he hopped off my table and gave me a warm hug. Okay, picture Will Smith giving you a warm hug. And he's like, whispers in my ear, like directly in my ear. He knew what he was doing. And he said, "You are fantastic at what you do. Don't stop. Keep going." Like in my ear. And I was like, "Okay, Mr. Smith, I won't let you down." And that for me was a call to action. Now, after hearing Dr. Shefali and Lee talk about letting go, surrendering, giving in, I realized that a call to action can also be a call to let go, to start to reconnect with your authentic self. And that's essentially what I'm doing. This is the first year that I'm not doing anymore. And I'm letting go, I'm surrendering. This is the first year that I've become a full-on nomad, which was a dream of mine since I was a little girl. Okay. So, I urge you to think of a childhood hero you had. Does anyone admiring someone from afar since they were a little girl or boy? Yell somebody out for me. What's that? Sophia Bush, political activist. Yes. Okay. Now, Sophia Bush. All right, so think of Sophia Bush is a hero of yours. And think about how she's inspired you and how just watching her stories. Do you know her personally? Okay, because I was going to say, if she needs to stretch. Think of how she's called you to action, even not by calling you out personally. You follow her stories. You feel compelled. You feel inspired. This is what movies do. This is what people can do for you. So, surrounding yourself with all of these inspirational figures in your life, even if you can't stretch them, put your hands on them, allow them to be your calls to action. Okay. Now, because I started to follow my journey and I followed the energy, even though I was doing, I still followed what my heart wanted. My authentic self still wanted to work with professional athletes. Now, a lot of people told me it's not possible. A lot of people told me it's a highly saturated, very demanding job that everyone wants. And I'm a small woman of color that's 5'2". How are you going to lift a 250-pound NFL athlete? Okay? Well, I sure showed them. And sure enough, I've been able to work with Drake. Now, Drake is my age, and I believe he's worth $150 million. So when I stretch him before he goes on stage, I have to be very careful about that before he performs. There are some great things I learned about some of these amazing, prominent figures I want to share with you, if that's okay. With Drake, he is a 5-time Grammy Award-winning artist. What I learned from him is he reminded me to stay humble, treat everyone as equals, and fully embrace creativity. Yeah, contrary to what you might think, he is a very humble guy, very nice guy. Then we got Russell Wilson. I'm not sure if this is the right crowd for it, but who here watches the NFL? All right, 4 people. Russell Wilson, one of the NFL's finest quarterbacks, emphasized the importance of focus, hard work, and surrounding yourself with winners. I kid you not, guys. When I was working with him, he had the word win posted all over his gym, his home gym. Does anyone know Kelly Slater? 12-time surfing champion of the world. He's like 50 now and he's still winning. He highlighted the power of kindness, dedication to one's passion, and supporting causes that matter. So if you follow him on Instagram, he's always supporting causes. And of course, Will Smith, what did I learn from him? And no, I don't have a picture with him. I signed an NDA. Will Smith taught me to seek opportunities, work diligently, and make decisions aligned with my ultimate goals or my authentic self. So their common thread, they put everything they had in the one thing they loved. Now, it's not easy for us. Not all of us know exactly what we want to do. Some of us are floating around purposeless, myself included. But pouring something into something you're passionate about or maybe you even like can help lead the path and open your path to a new direction. All right. Okay. So now, these guides have empowered me, and I have my own inner voice now. Okay? I am Sarah Mariano, the celebrity stretch therapist. And I used to be too shy and ashamed to say that, but now I'm embracing it. Okay? So I want you to do the same. And now, after I followed the energy, listened to my authentic self, and followed the calls to action, I now own a company called the Stretch Therapists, Inc. And we certify fitness and wellness pros in a system I created called the Performance Stretch System. And we have over 500 therapists all over the world. Can you imagine? Okay. Now, let me go back to Will Smith. When I stretched him, or before I stretched him, he was complaining about lower back pain and knee pain. Who has lower back issues and knee? Yep, I know more than you. Put your hands up. There you go. And he was like, I have no business playing basketball. My knees hurt, my back hurts, but I play all the time. After I stretched him for 2 hours, he jumped off the table and said, wow, I didn't even feel that. Okay, I'm not saying I cured him in one session, okay? But I offered him a moment of relief, okay? And maybe you can do that too on your journey to discovering your divine destiny. Okay, it's not about you, this journey you're on. It's also about how you contribute to everybody else. Okay, so who would like to see a demonstration of what this mystery stretch system is? Hey, cool. I'm going to invite my friend Maya to come up to the stage. Has anyone been stretched before by somebody else? One person? 2, 3, 4? Cool. We're going to do this on the floor. So the system I created is floor-based. So it's no frills. We don't need anything. Just let your client relax on the floor. I'm going to have you lie down. Yeah. Mario. Yeah, awesome. Thanks. We're going to put it up on the screen so you guys can see. I'm going to take off my boots because there's feet involved. So if you don't like feet, turn away. Okay, why don't I demonstrate Maya? Actually, I'm going to have you stand up, Maya. Okay, let's see how she feels when she reaches for her toes. You want to face that way? And then reach for your toes. Hey, not bad. How's that feel? Pretty good. Okay, a little tightness. Can I see a squat? Let's watch her squat. Pretty good. Right? Pretty good, right, guys? Who can squat that low? No one. Okay. All right. So I had her do reaching for the toes and to squat because I'm going to stretch one side of her body, and then we're going to reassess. maybe something happens, then I'm out of a job. Or maybe something doesn't happen, then I'm out of a job. Hopefully something happens where she feels some relief. Okay, Maya, I'm going to have you lie down. Okay, I don't know how to stretch and hold this. Okay, Maya, you can hold that. I gotta take my jacket off for this. Okay, so with Maya, I'm gonna work on her left hip. What we're gonna do is we're gonna open her left hip just a little bit. I've worked on her before, so I understand her body a little bit. And then I wanna open up her glutes, or her butt, okay? Can you guys all see what's happening on the screens? Yeah. Maya, how does this feel? Amazing. Okay. I'm just going to warm her up a little bit. You might recognize this from some Thai massage. Okay. Okay. So I want to give her groin a little bit of a stretch. And watch my hand. I'm just going to splay her hip in the opposite direction. Do you guys feel that? Can you imagine how that feels? Who wants some of this right now? Oh, a hand. Oh, okay. We'll have a lineup later. Okay. I am going to stretch a little bit of her glute here and into her lower back. She might also feel it in her ribs and her shoulder and her pecs. How are you feeling, Maya? Good. I'm going to guide her back. And just traction out that hip a little bit. And take her back into a groin adductor stretch. Okay? Again, we're just working on this one side. And we want to see if we notice a difference. Okay? I've never done it holding a microphone. How am I doing? Pretty good, right? Okay. Now from here, I kind of want to take her into a glute stretch. So, that was a pretty good transition. Okay. Let's take a deep breath together, Maya. Gonna give her hip some external rotation. Okay. And we go into the glutes. This is where I'm hula hooping my hips so that she feels a nice stretch. Do you feel that? Now we're in her glutes. I want you to breathe. Does it hurt, Maya? No, it's just tight, she says. Stretching doesn't have to hurt, guys. I know a lot of you probably do some yoga here. Okay? So now I'm going to take her into a spinal twist and give her ribs a little bit of love and a deeper spinal twist. Okay? Inhale. Sweet. Okay. I want to stretch her calf a bit. We always underestimate the calf, and I know a lot of us are wearing heels today, right? When we do that, it shortens the calf a little bit, so let's lengthen it, stretch it out. This next move, does anyone watch Star Trek or used to watch Star Trek? It's a little before my time, but this move is called Beam Me Up Scotty. I hope you understand that reference. Where did you feel that stretch?
A lot here. A lot around the, like, between the lats.
Upper back. Okay. How did it feel? Okay. Do you feel it in the hips too?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to end off with one more stretch. Bear with me. You're going to love this one. This one, because I love movies. This one's called Here's Johnny. All right. Did you guys like that? Was that helpful? Should we see how she feels? Okay, stand up, Maya.
I already feel lighter, unbalanced. This is way more loose.
Okay, let's see her touch her toes and squat and see how she feels. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you guys remember? Now her whole palm is on the ground, and we only stretched one side. How does that feel for you, Maya?
This is so much easier. Like, I can.
She said it's easier. The other side is a little bit tighter. Okay, can I have you do a squat for the lovely folks here? Woo! Ass to grass. That's what we want. Okay, healthy knees and ass to grass. All right, thank you so much, Maya. Thank you for being my lovely stretch model. Mario, can you put it? Thanks. Okay. So we teach courses all over the world. Feel free to come up to me if you feel called to be a body worker. It's a great way to connect with other people, learn about other different energies, and setting your boundaries. This is the biggest lesson I learned, how to set my boundaries energetically when I'm working on a body. And like I said, we have over 500 therapists in under 4 years worldwide. I see you. This is just a fun picture of me kissing Russell Wilson's Super Bowl trophy. So, if you have any questions or you want to learn more about the magic and the power of stretch therapy, please don't hesitate to DM me, message me, talk to me after. I hope this story helped you, maybe gave you a little bit of inspiration to live accordingly with your authentic self, reaching your divine destiny. Thank you so much, everyone. You've been great.
It's all lies that come out your mouth.